And it's recording.
Okay, so this makes podcast, what, number 6?
5. Please.
No, 5 was our video podcast.
Okay, so 6, but we lost 3.
Half of this room had a bad day.
So do we go do a short intro?
I don't know. Want to start for introductions?
You're recording it.
Alright.
Yeah, we're recording. Yeah, we're recording our discussion. I'm Skylar Davis.
I'm Patrick Ramirez.
I'm Sean Petty.
I'm Laura Guthrie.
David Over.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be enthusiastic because today just sucked.
No, today was...
Oh, God.
Today was all bullshit.
I had a good day.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, see, we all say we have bad days. Sean was like, I had a good day.
You're at work dealing with people you don't like, whereas if I'm working, I love doing that.
Me and David, we like some of the people there. You know, there's a lot of nice people. But
Yeah.
you get some of those people that are just complete assholes, and they know they can get away with it because they pay, you know, almost $4,000 a month to stay there. You know, and so they have the right to be a fucking prick.
They do, and it's annoying as hell that you can't...
I'm old. I have the right to be a prick, and I'm the server, and you have the right to shut up.
See, but I can't say that I'll lose my
Yeah,
job.
you can't because you're like...
Right to remain silent.
It's
the polite way to say shut up.
It's the crazy thing.
Yeah, you are being courteous. You're not being rude. You're basically kindly telling them to shut their noise hole.
You don't even have that right.
No.
They have the right to do whatever they want, and you can't say anything.
They can make the biggest mistake. Like, I get a lot of people that they'll order something, and I'll bring it to them like, oh, I don't want this. Or, this isn't what I thought it was, and you have to apologize for their mistake. You have to say, I apologize for this, I'll get you something else. And if you don't do that, you get written up. Now, see, the thing is, I've done everything fucking possibly perfect for these people, you know, other than being late a few times, you know, because I get, you know, like when I was in the Sabino room, you know, Sabino left, I had 6 fucking tables to take care of, and I rushed that shit because there was people coming in at different times, and then at one point there was just a lot of fucking people. And it's a fucking, you know, annoying, and I ended up getting, you know, a bad comment, you know, and I was just, I had it, like, I was literally, when he told me that, I was at that point where I was just like, I don't care for today at all. And then those 2 women that were, you know, giving me a positive comment, and then they turned around and shifted over to
you were like, yes, I was like,
I was
you know,
so fucking happy.
around.
I told Joanna, and she's like, that's good, Pat, you're showing, you know, initiative. Then I told, like, Shane and Brandon, and they're like, fuck you, Pat. And so I was like, fuck yeah, I'm back onto a positive level. And then finding out that, you know, they're changing their opinion over to the cooks did a good job instead. I literally, at that point, I was like, I don't care about shit today.
You should have just been like, give my pen back.
So what I'm getting at is they have the right to murder you?
No, they
don't have the right to...
Oh, and it was funny.
Right to be dicks.
Jen sent me a text when I was having a bad day the other day, and I was like, literally, I was at that point where I was just like, if someone comes up to me and, you know, bugs me for the slightest thing, I'm going to flip out. And Jen was like, so how long before you're dead inside? And I was like, well, 15 minutes ago, and I got off shift. And she's like, literally, okay, so I work lunch and dinner, and there's about an hour and a half in between. And so, for the most part, I'm literally just, you know, sitting in the smoke area, chain smoking for like an hour and a half. And in that time, if you talk to me, I'm going to flip you off. Like, I don't know, it's rough.
God, I want to dress up as an old guy and to be there just to mess with Pat.
No, if you do that and we figure out it's you, we will freaking, like, give you your food and then just throw it in your face.
No, I'll get the hot.
And I'll write a complaint.
We have not all though. No, everyone has soup. Everyone has that fucking soup that you can get. You know, every day it's different soup and all that. And sometimes it's super fucking hot. What I'll do is I'll take that super hot soup, put it in the microwave for like 5 fucking minutes, the industrial microwave we have, and then give it to you. When it's so fucking boiling hot that I'd be like, oops, on your fucking nuts. You're going to scream like a young adult, and everyone's going to be like, faker. And then they're going to call you a phony. Okay?
At this time, I will be on the ground beating Pat to a ball.
No, you fucking won't.
You'll be screaming over the fact that your nuts just...
No.
Okay, so I want to know who's all on that clock that you made, David?
Okay, so hold on.
I know who I am. I figured out as soon as I saw the picture. Like, you tagged me as Skyrim. I just know it.
Hey, check it out.
Okay,
long talk, right? Very short talk.
I don't expect much from you.
So for my class, we had to do like a clock and make like paths and turn them in. Sean knows how like what I'm talking about because he's done Photoshop. Like you have to make paths and you do a selection, like this whole thing. Well, I'm like, okay, well let's see what cool stuff I can make. I basically made my sign that at the top. The butterfly was just from Pollock. I made Gears of War gear. At first I was trying to think like all our signs. So I just made Sean like a crowd. Then there was Reach, Skyrim. I was like, you know, I don't really know I don't know Skylar's sign or whatever. So you know what? I'll make him Skyrim. then you have Adrian's deer sign.
Yeah.
I had to put Aperture Science logo in there. Assassin's Creed just was like cool. I wasn't really sure. I was actually kind of thinking of Flick or Nathan when I put that in there, because Nathan played it quite a bit.
So does Laurel over here.
I 100% all the games except the last one.
And then when I was thinking of Pat, I was like, I mainly put the kanji sign for Zen.
Yes.
And that one took a while because there was a lot of little pieces to that.
Yeah, there's a lot to that.
I got Laurel's, which is pretty easy because I was able to find like a black and white picture of it. So I was able to. So I don't know. I just put that as Laurel's sign, and then I put a cross for Kyle just because that was the first thing came to mind.
Even though the Triforce, is the first thing I thought.
Well, yeah, he said that, but I was like, when I was making this, it wasn't like my original intent wasn't to put all our signs, but I put like my sign, a cross. I was like, the camera might be like, Kyle, well, what about Shaw? What about Pat?
This make you think of.
Alright, so yeah,
so like I did all this, and I thought it came out pretty well.
Oh yeah, it did. No, I like it a lot.
Alright, the last thing I did in Photoshop, actually, I think you'll like, Pat. I made an album cover for us.
Oh, sweet, dude. I've done that a few times, actually.
It looks really legit.
One of the things I did recently, out of my 4 a.m. boredom before work, is I got bored and made this badass wallpaper, and I took an exploding star, which is a nova, a nova star, and I had, the nova team, and I put, the letters across it, browsing across, and I had, like, little in between stars, like it's bursting out as well, and I took all the 4 members of Nova Team at the moment, which is just, me, David, Sean, and Skylar, and took our Reach fucking armor and all that shit, and put that, and then put the, the Zen, the Church, the Sky, and the King above those, and then put our actual avatars from Xbox Live in their dead center chest. And so, like, all our spawns are sound like this, and then a smaller version of your avatars in the dead center chest.
Makes it seem like a tattoo.
I did that, and I sat there and put it in Walker, and it fit perfectly, and I was like, fuck yeah, I like this. So, it was fun.
Well, we had talked about it in our last podcast, like, we wanted, like, Scour and you and stuff like, and probably Laurel to come up with, like, a logo. Did you guys, like, think of any ideas or anything?
Oh, yeah.
My computer's dead.
I can make one for easy.
You don't need a computer to come up with an idea.
Doodle it. If you doodle it, I'll sit there on my computer and make it.
I'll make an actual Nova and just kind of...
That's the thing is, if you guys can, like, give me, like, like, a version of a copy and stuff, I can, like I did with your psychic picture and, like, my random, like, when I have the top and the mouse code and stuff, like, I could, like, basically make, like, I could make, like, a digital version of it, and I could probably work on that. So
make like cartoon characters of us, just kind of like in the front kind of thing, and above it, Nova Team with the logo and all that stuff.
I know that's what we're gonna do. Just like us and cartoons go like have our like just go like
I want a beer in one hand and like a guitar in the other.
A beer in one hand.
I'll have a beer in one hand and a platypus in the other.
Gus screwed that up for Bernie.
He probably could have gotten that fucking statue. Seriously, if I was...
No, they asked him to ask for something a little less offensive.
Well, no, they said he could at least change it to something a little less offensive. Now, if he didn't have that Bernie Sucks cock on it, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten a statue.
And think about it, is like he's like, I wanted a parade in my honor, and I get to lead the parade. I'm just thinking like, God, if they had nothing better to spend it on, they probably would like give this all to him.
Yeah. Anyways, once again, when I was listening to the new podcast for the Rich Chief Company, now they have another hot chick in their company.
She's dating Michael.
I know, but still, she's hot.
Stuff, like.
But still, they have a new
hot
chick in their company.
So the dude that Jack like randomly hired, and because he likes his taste, now gets to bring his girlfriend on board. What the fuck?
Well, that's kind of what Jeff did.
That's different.
With Griffin.
Griffin's hot though. Well, I won't say that Michael's hot, but I think Griffin's hot. I'm just saying.
That makes me think of when we were watching NCIS earlier.
Oh yeah, we were watching like NCIS. Okay, well, before I even ask this, how many of you guys have seen that show?
I've seen like 4 episodes.
Nope. Dude, I've watched a shitload of that.
What are we talking about?
NCIS.
Usually on USA.
That's some kind of thing?
It's like
CSI, but like, yeah.
Like badass military and shit.
And it's like, there's like goth chick or whatever kind of in the song, but but her
insects and bones or whatever.
A little bit. She is the forensic scientist of the group.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's stupid.
Well, we're not talking like the show where you think like me and Pat were like, we totally date her.
But in real life, she does not have.
No, she doesn't have tattoos or anything.
Yeah,
Pat's like, I prefer with tattoos.
Tattoos are cool as shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'm too chicken to go get tattoos.
Dude, I'll go with you. Remember we talked about this one night.
I need the money.
No, if I wanted to get a tattoo, it would have to be like, you know, something I really like and something like lasting. And you got an emperor in your freaking.
Shut up.
I was waiting right there for like your leg hairs to freaking like explode in the flame because of your damn cigarette.
I've actually spent some time just kind of go like this and watch my hairs sizzle up.
You know that is a horrible fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know that can lead to many skin problems down the road, dude.
Luckily, I don't care right now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
My first
Skylar in the future, bald from skin cancer, smoking a cigarette, having to take oxygen with her. In one of those mechanical wheelchairs and everything. She's like this really hot nurse goes by.
Okay, if he ends up in a wheelchair like that, my first thing is gonna be like the from Archer. He's like, hey, did you see Regis this morning?
Did you see Regis this morning?
And this is like, and like, how my back to him? He's gonna be like, yeah, why? Just turn around. I know where to pull out a gun.
So have you guys seen my
Whoa,
first
bully Chicago!
What
Right
was
in
your
the
first
face.
Alright, so
The heart?
this actually is a really cool picture. You guys are gonna
Is it the one I wanted to
What about your
actually
pants?
have to?
I will later.
Oh yeah, we proved in the video podcast.
Okay, in our video podcast, like the setup of our,
setup.
yeah, when we were recording our setup, of course you can see Skylar's like freaking butt crack and stuff coming
Well,
out.
like, in the very beginning, all you hear is me playing guitar in the background, and then all you see is his ass crack, and
like, of course, you had to make comment on later when we were watching it. It's just like, yeah, it's not a podcast with Skylar's butt crack is it?
Alright, masterpiece.
Legit.
This is my first tattoo design.
An angel.
Too legit to
Let me
quit.
see this.
This is what started it all.
Skylar Davis. Hey, I have your old address on here. Utah.
When you went to Utah.
6 years old.
That is what started my whole drawing career.
Yeah,
What the fuck was I
like I
doing?
was saying, if I was gonna get a tattoo, I wanted it to be like lasting, like something cool, but I'm like just something stupid or random at those times. Because I
You gotta get a heart with the name LaFonda in it.
No, it's gonna be like freaking King of the Hill. Give like one of your names like on freaking the hard back of my head.
You're gonna be drunk off your ass, celebrating one of us about ready to go away to war and everything. You're like, get a tattoo right here. And I was just like, yo, man, he's had too much. Just put it on the back of his head.
No. First he tells me, he's like, well, he's like, just not do it. And he's like, no, he paid me, I have to do it. All right, well,
Just put it where the sun don't shine.
shine.
Just shave the back of his head and tattooed Bill on the back of his head. So he doesn't find out about it until years later, and he gets lice and has to have his head shaved. And then all of a sudden, Peggy's like, have you ever gotten a tattoo?
No. First she starts seeing it, she's like, who is this hussy? And like, going off and finds it, it's like, Bill, and she's like,
No, she's like, Hank, when did you get a tattoo? Never. Oh, yeah, right. Then whose name is this? Who's this hussy? Bill? Bill? Whoa!
No, I figured out one thing about working with the fountains, because I don't get to work out that much, because either I'm sleeping or, off doing something random. I've actually been building muscle up working in the fountains again.
No, well, my thing is like, you may not get muscle, but the fact like holding trays and walking back and forth and having to stand the entire time. If nothing else, you gain a lot of endurance.
No, that also, it does,
Standing?
Because, yeah, my thing is though, like you're basically carrying like different amounts of weight, but you have to like keep it
balanced.
Okay,
and
yeah.
your whole,
And that
my
works
thing is
different
like,
muscles.
my thing is like you're lifting it like bench press or something.
You're confusing your muscles.
You're not like
with the perfect
you're not
workout.
like doing like a bicycle or anything, but if nothing else, you're doing endurance because you have to hold it there.
You're holding
for
out a
couple
tray.
minutes.
Here's a tray. You have to
Right there
balance
and
it.
hold the rest.
Then
Yeah.
you put stuff on it, and you have to walk. And now there's also liquids in it, which liquids is like it's a weight. And it's like a weight on the string.
That's the thing, like-
it's moving with. And you have to keep moving it back and forth.
And like when I first started working there, my balance with that, like I spill constantly. It was horrible. Now stuff like I can basically run across like the room having to get something, and I can keep it like without spilling.
I've spilled one thing this whole time, and it wasn't my fault.
Initial drift.
Amanda
you
wasn't.
start wearing like the weirdest skills and stuff like that.
Yeah, Amanda wasn't.
Delivering
No, it wasn't Amanda. I think it was Michelle. She wasn't looking. I ended up almost like running down. I pulled back, and like giant thing of tea just goes, oops, and spilled all over me. Spilled on my smokes. Spilled on my like tickets, which your tickets have all your information, their names, all that for each order. And so like I'm looking at this ticket and literally just smudge. I'm looking at it like fuck. I go back, ask them for their names, which most of the time they're fine with that. They're okay. Like, oh, okay, they'll give you your name.
Hopefully
Well,
they're now.
sometimes they'll be a dick and be like, I already gave you the name, or my name. It's like, it's all right.
I had a lady like that and stuff, and I'm like, like I know her, I've seen her like all the time and stuff, but I hadn't like it's hard to remember like freaking 300 different names
Yeah,
in the course of 2 weeks.
No, it's a pain.
And my thing was like, I'm sorry, can I get your name? And she's like, my name has not changed. And I'm like, I'm sure it hasn't. Can I get your name, please?
Oh, and then I always have this woman that comes in with her daughter, and she, I can't remember her last name for shit. And I remember the daughter every time is like, oh, I'm just filling it for my dad, just filling it for my dad. When you don't tell me the dad's name, and like some people, like there's Browns, and there's like certain people with the same last name as other people, and they won't give me the first name. Like I'll be like, oh, can I have your last name? And then I'll put it in, I'll be like, oh, well, there's a few of them, so I go back and ask them, well, can I get the first name too? And then they'll be like, well, you have my last name, you don't need it. I was like, well, there's multiple people. Then there's one guy, there's been a dick, because he had like the same last name as someone else. I think it was Brown. And because there's like Dean Brown, Ray Brown, and a few other. And then
yeah, there's a lot of Browns.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, and I asked him his name, and he's being a dick about it. And I was like, sir, I don't want to mess up your order. I don't want to hold up your order or hold up anyone else's order, because I had a full, I had 40s that day, like full 40s. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, fuck. And I was like, please, can I just get your name so I can make sure you get your order on time? You're not going to sit here forever and be hungry. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to be fucking hungry. And so he's like, fine, my name is Dean. And just kind of like looked at me and just kind of like went like that, like he was looking away from me in anger, which I didn't know you can look away from someone like angrily. And so he was being a dick. I finally brought out his food on, and he's like, about time. And it's just like, I swear to God, I will stab you in the eye.
That's the thing. You know, there's something I've noticed though, is like about that. There was like only white people there.
Yeah.
There's one lady who is Mexican.
No, there's two Asians. There was two Asians. There's a man and a woman.
Is it? I know that the one you're talking about, Edwards.
No, not the Edwards.
No, there's another group of Edwards. It's like an Asian lady, but I don't know if the guy was Asian.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Very.
But the thing is, like, there used to be back like way before you were even hired and stuff. Like, there used to be one black dude there. There is no longer a black resident anywhere at the fountain. And stuff like I've gone to the inn. I've gone like all over the place. I've not seen a black resident since.
You know, I was wondering about that, and I even asked German about that. I was like, is there like any black people here? And he's like, no. There's a guy we work with, Kevin or whatever, you know, skinny, tall, black guy. And then there's the cooks. There's and then what's her name? The other server lady. Yeah, she's black. There's two guys in the back. They're black, and that's it. And one guy's name's Jamaican. Well, his name's Robert, I do believe. Or something I can't remember, but everyone calls him Jamaica because he's from Jamaica, and he has a really cool accent. And also they're in bullshit with him, have smokes. But other than that, there's no residents that are black. Everyone's white. And one woman, she asked my name, and I was like, well, my name's Patrick. So I was like, that's an Irish name. You're not Irish, you're Mexican. I was like, actually, no, I'm Irish, German, Cherokee, and Pasquayaki. I was like, I'm native and Irish and German. And she's like, no, you're not. She's like, you're not, you're Mexican. I was like, no. I was like, I apologize, but I'm native. And she's like, I don't see it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, my maiden name for my mom is Murphy. I was like, I have a full Irish name. She's like, no.
It's like they don't believe you. They're just like, no, all right. No.
Hey, Pat, you're Mexican.
I will stab you, dude.
That's when you gotta call them black and everything, and then they explain. No, I don't see it.
Check this out. Up in Rimcock, up there north. I fucking hate Rimcock. It's Rimrock, but Rimcock's what everyone called it. It's a pretty much white area. And when my mom, she was CNA up there, it's nighttime, she's going out to her car. My mom's a white woman, if you've ever seen her.
Yeah.
And this people drive by like, nigger bitch, and my mom is just like, what? Everyone kept calling her a nigger bitch, and I called her kids, which were me, Junior, and Jen, because we were dark, except for Jen was always light skinned, but me and Junior, we were always dark as kids, and we were real dark. And so they always called us niggers. It's like, you got that wrong. Then they start calling us spicks and beaners. It's like, you're getting things wrong. I don't know. I was like, I don't know if you're going farther from right or going, closer. I was like, I'm native, and like when we were kids, that's where we learned a lot of racist terms, because these white people were so ignorant that they were like, you're a nigger. It's like, no, I'm native. You got the N right. But that's it. Oh, dude,
it's like you got the N, but
they're going the wrong way.
You misplaced the I.
But you're on the right path, kind of. No, but yeah. Oh, dude, pretty sweet.
What are you looking at?
The Superhero Squad show or Squad game thingy.
Of course.
Yeah, they added Hawkeye.
I'm thinking about. Dude, I'm trying to get back on the server.
Wait, do you have just Hawkeye or like Hawkeye with Ant-Man?
What?
The dude who he shoots on his arrow. Like.
No, Ant-Man's going to be another different character like all of his own, but it's going to be Ant-Man, Mark 1 Iron Man, World War II Captain America, Vision, and Hawkeye.
Can I get Russo?
They're also adding Mole Man as a villain.
Speaking of the superheroes, I've seen I feel bad about this, but I saw like the new trailer for the Avengers and stuff. It looks really cool. And yeah, okay. So real quick, here's another thing. I was randomly looking up news, and this kind of news.
Oh,
I thought you said news.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Kind of news.
I'm looking up porn while I'm looking up this as well.
Dude, why not?
Anyways,
It's kind of hard when you don't have internet anymore.
No,
So.
let him finish.
this is kind of common, and I'm wondering why. It's like it says a Texas teen arrested for allegedly stealing Girl Scout cookie money.
Alleged.
Dude, that's called embezzlement?
No, is he black?
Huh?
Is the kid black?
I don't know.
Because alleged goes real far with that.
That kid had it wrong. He's supposed to steal the cookies, not
shit.
the money.
There was another thing. It was
And you
actually,
can sit there while you're chewing on cookies and everything, you're just like, 1, 2...
No, check this out.
Maybe I'd like go steal the cookies.
This on Yahoo News the other day, where this black teen who was 17, he went to the store to buy Skittles and a tea. You know, like a little can of tea, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And he got shot by a neighborhood watch member. Because I guess some people were like, yeah, there was an argument, and then they look out, and then actually on one of the phone calls to the 911, you can hear a gunshot. The man shot the kid. The man is still just fine because he said it was self-defense. Now, and then when they searched the kid afterwards, they all they found in his pockets were fucking Skittles and fucking tea.
What was the reason? Self-defense. What was the kid doing?
Nothing. They haven't proved anything right or wrong. And even the sheriff was just like, oh well, there's nothing going on around there. One of the protesters was like, is the man still free? Is he? And like, yes, he's still free. He shot him in self-defense. The kid, he looked like, you know, about my build, you know, 17-year-old black kid. The guy that shot him was just random guy. And the thing is, the black kid was staying there with his dad at a gated community, a nice, you know, well, you know, kept place. And neighborhood watchman shot him and is still free.
Wait, why did he shoot him? Just because he was walking by or something?
I don't know.
Black.
Well, I don't know, because he says he's claiming self-defense. But the thing is, they heard an argument between the two, and next thing you know, the kid gets shot.
Okay. I'm sorry. Another thing just caught my eye that's really weird. that just put the nude and the news together.
That looks nasty.
About 300 nude bicyclists have ridden through Peruvian capital of Lima to call attention to safety conditions and demand measures protecting cyclists.
No, they've done it before too. Like, there's been other things like that.
They will not stand up for our safety. Let's cycle naked.
No, but when you crash, that road rashes.
Hey guys,
Dude, they'll know what's coming on. They see boobs bouncing and
cycle
dicks
on the
flying.
street.
Fucking did.
I got a perfect idea. We should cycle nude on the street. Get that guy promotion.
That's like protesting the beach and turning it into a nude beach for a day.
Oh, and you get lodged for that one.
Who's
Walk up,
listening?
no, lady's like getting ready to tan and everything. It's like, hey, want some of that cream on your back?
I got you covered, lady.
Don't worry, just let me squeeze the bottle with you, guys.
No. You're just like, I just want to warm it up for you so it's not too cold. No, I'm just, I don't know, but lately...
Hey, can you give me a hand?
I have a couple of beach balls. They're like, yay, dude.
But yeah, lately, you know, work's been, you know, dragging the fuck out of me lately.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, it's just that first, you know, thing, and then... like David and them saying I was fucking slow, and you know, it's just I understand that I'm lagging behind. I am new here.
I understand that. My thing was not only were we uniting servers and stuff, but I was trying to help. Like I took your Q-top and stuff. I was trying to help you out, and then like luckily we only had one guy there and stuff. But my thing was like I was trying to get my tables done, and then like I noticed like people have been sitting at your area for a long time, and they looked a little disgruntled. So I went over and asked, you know, anything I can do. Yeah. Well, I started getting like all these complaints one after another.
In my defense, they looked disgruntled when they sat.
I'll probably agree with you on that. But my thing is like, you know, I go over there and ask like, it's like, whoa, what's going on and stuff. How's it going?
I worked there for a day, give a fake name,
I'm like, you know what, Hungary is no excuse for being an asshole.
I'm a very tolerant person.
I'm a tolerant guy. I will speak my mind, but when I'm working, I'm very professional. And I apologize, and I talk to them, and every time I'm late on something or when like that, I go and I will apologize to them, and I'll be like, I apologize for, you know, being late on this. I apologize that your food, you know, isn't here yet. I will keep an eye on it, make sure it gets out to you, and all that. And they're always happy about it, and then I get the complaints.
Okay.
Yes.
I had a customer a night or two ago, you know, the regular comes in.
Oh, old man?
Old man, yeah. They heard the story.
Hit on you again?
Yeah, no, this was the same night. Skylar hasn't heard the story. Yeah, old guy, about his 50s to 70s or so. He's an older guy. Always comes in every 2 times a week. Ask you out to coffee. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I want to go get some coffee with him. I'm like,
There's
no.
something smoking in it.
No, what you should have asked was,
No.
you should have been 2 questions you asked. So I'm like, how rich are you, and do you have any life-threatening diseases?
That's what my dad said.
No. The first thing that's like, what you drive?
What you drive?
What's your driver?
Anything under 80K? No.
No. What you drive? If you end up going with him to coffee and everything, after you two start taking sips, so what's going on with your will?
No, you're like, how's the life
Don't be
insurance?
subtle about it. Just be up and that much personal about it.
After the food. After the food,
If
you're
only
just like,
we were there.
What's going on with your will?
After he
Excuse
paid.
me? You know what's going on with that?
Laurel, that would have been perfect if we were there, but in the background, like, we were just getting stuff and you were just by yourself for a bit. We had, like, phones, like, technology that we can, like, videotape everything. We would
Under a
have
barbershop court
do it.
catfishing goldfish.
We will video.
No. It was funny. My mom, she gets a lot of guys at her work, you know. And then some of them are actually married, and they're, you know, keep messing with them. One guy named Kevin, he's like some random 20s, you know, 3-year-old. She calls him but his name's Kevin. You know, she calls him Cornfed because he's from like fucking, you know, out in the middle of nowhere.
He sounds like
And he's a
Basil.
fucking twat. And he kept fucking with mom, and so mom was like, all right. And a lot of mom's coworkers know me because I've been in there a few times, me and Junior. And she was telling him, all right. And one of the coworkers she was working with was like, all right, you see my sons, right? And she's like, yeah. And she was like, all right, do you think Kevin would want to fight them? And she's like, oh, fuck no, Kevin, you get your ass kicked. Well, the other day, mom was telling me about it, so I was outside her work, and just kind of posted up, just waiting. And one of her coworkers that she's with, a guy that gave her a good review, might get her a promotion, I was walking by, and he's kind of stared at me, and then, like, I guess he was, like, standing by the door, and then mom comes out, and he's out there by her, like, looking over him about, you know, 200-300 feet away at her truck. So, you know, I throw my, you know, work shirt on the thing, throw my sign on, I start walking over there, and he's standing there, gets a little closer to mom, gets a little closer, keep an eye on me. I walk up, look at him, kind of stern, I'm like, hey, mom. The guy just has this look on his face like, oh. And he comes up and puts his hand out, I shook his hand on it, and he's a nice guy. And it's just like, but mom, you know, she went and told our coworkers, the ones kept fucking with her, you know, kept asking her, kept being, you know, fucking, you know, too close covering. That guy Kevin kept trying to ask her, oh, do you want a hug? Kept trying to hug her, and she's like, back the fuck off. I'm gonna get my sons after you. And finally, she's like, I will give them my 2 weeks notice and have them beat your fucking ass in the parking lot. And there's no security at Life Care. There is no
there's none.
It's shitty. No cameras either. So all me and Junior got to do is walk up there, beat some white boy up. I'm gonna take his wallet because I'm a broke fucker right now. And
take his money.
yeah, I'm gonna take his money. It's
Just
cheap.
like,
What's your idea?
We'll throw a fire in the hospital.
But yeah, no, it's just
You're safe.
lately I've just
right
been,
now.
you know, at the
Take
point
it
where, you know,
aside.
just, oh, and like the other day, I remember that punk-ass kid that came in, that was, you know, dressed all baggy and shit, and wanted chocolate milk?
Yeah, the fucking white kid at the 6
Oh,
time. Yeah.
God, there was a kid just like him the other day, and I was sitting there walking, and I was like, it was him and, like, I guess his grandparents' house, he said. He looked like this little 15, 16-year-old little bitch. And he's like, yeah, I want this, this, and this. And he's trying to be all arrogant with me. I'm just like, okay. So I'm all being nice, and I give the orders. And he's talking to his grandparents like fucking shit. I'm just like, instantly, no, you don't do that. And I was just like, and then he's like, all right, can you hurry up with that? And I was just like, instantly, I'm not going to respect this kid. Keeps being a dick, kept being a dick. And I finally was like, look, I have the right to serve you food. I have the right to poison you. And just walked away.
Speaking of like little kids, there's this like video on YouTube that's been out for quite a while, but I just barely found out about it. I'm like, wow, I wish I would have found this out as soon as it came out. But it was that pretty much it's a video that says why rock and metal is stupid and talentless. All it is just like 2 black kids, maybe 10, 12, talking about like why rock sucks and metal sucks.
I think I've seen this.
Their arguments were stupid. They didn't have any intelligence in it. They were basically saying that okay, rap takes more talent, and they were discussing why it takes more talent.
How does it take more rap?
Okay, this is in quote in a way.
Okay.
All right. Like this is why it takes talent. You have to get your computer, download the certain things, make a beat by pressing this, put layers on it, beat, rap.
That was their argument. Not the fact that, like, you know, it was anything else, and the fact that, you know, rock people who play rock and stuff like have to
actually pick up a guitar.
have to play guitar, do drums with the beat and stuff, and like actually have
Here's
like a
another lazy
vocal.
thing about rap.
You got headphones?
Autotune.
Well, see, like I've been listening to rap.
In all honesty, though, music from the 70s and 80s are
no,
definitely a lot better than nowadays. Here's the biggest reason. Here's the biggest reason why the music in the 70s and 80s are better than the music of now. You look at the music of the 70s and 80s, they are written by one person.
Somebody listen to it.
You look at the music of now, it takes like 16 to 17 people to write one song.
Those are mine.
And they compared it this way. They took a David Bowie song. Completely written by himself. Everything. David Bowie. Justin Bieber. 18 fucking people to write a song that repeats the same lyric. Like,
baby.
They repeat that same thing over and over and over again.
So I saw the thing,
And it took 18 people to come up with 2 words.
no, okay, I saw something that was like, it was a ripoff of them, where it was like it was a Justin Bieber thing song, his like video or whatever, but it was like some Chinese kid. Hold on. Where it was like some Chinese kid, and he was like, you know, apparently Justin Bieber songs, Never Say Never, or whatever. He was like apparently recording it. He's like, but I just said never. So he's like, okay, only sometimes don't ever say never.
That's
Asian kid.
No, it's
yeah.
Niga Haro or something like that. He has his own thing. He makes a lot of spoofs and funny videos and shit. But then at the very end, he's like, never say never to drugs.
I'm just like, oh my god, it was funny. But
I've seen this stupid shit.
Okay, so apparently my iPod said I cannot connect to Pandora in this country. Skylar?
What country are you in?
It's your house. Different country as far as we know.
I live in Pretoria.
I can't hear it.
He's gonna take over his neighbor's house and call it Johanna.
You're muted. No, your actual...
Well, this isn't me that's muted.
Shit.
This would be Skytopia.
Skytopia.
The neighbor's pool would be Pat Hyo.
No, it's Patland, dude.
Patland.
It's my house. Fuck off.
My house is my house. Okay, but before like you're trying to interrupt me, what were you trying to say, Joe?
It's kind of sad that the youth nowadays, about good 60-70%, don't even know who David Bowie is.
Yeah. Really? This kid's like, I think it's too loud.
Turn down the fucking volume.
Basically.
Well, no. He's like, basically, well, I just think it's too loud. Thing is, everyone has a volume control.
Alright. Just everything they were saying, I couldn't even finish the video how stupid it was. Their argument sucked. Their choice of words was stupid.
No.
It's I can't listen to an uneducated person.
You want to
sit there and try and
you want to know what the sad part is?
Thing about it.
Just because they're black and they're using the word uneducated, they're going to find some kind of racial loophole in that.
Good. Hey, I have a black friend.
That's true endearment.
It's like a white guy saying, I'm not a racist, all my best friends are white.
Hey,
they're talking about strumming chords now.
I'm not racist.
No,
but
these kids don't know shit.
No, but the reason I say they're uneducated. What is it? They're 10 and 12.
Yeah, they don't know shit,
and they probably like don't have any evidence to support their facts. They don't. And so I mean, if you're gonna make an argument, give it at least a little bit of like, what are you doing?
Turn it back to you.
Why couldn't you turn it the other way?
Yeah, you.
Because I am white.
Yes, okay, and you prove that point that you're probably more uneducated because you're white.
Statistically proven that rap leads to more bad examples than good examples.
One of their other points was because metal and rock is all about worshiping the devil, and like
no, that's satanic music. That has nothing to do with
they're saying that like old rap was good, and basically old rap was good because it talked about political stuff and everything. But you know what rap's kind of based off of from their beats and like back? Yeah, exactly. These kids don't know shit.
Well, the thing is, check this out. Okay, I've listened to rap since I was very, very young, and like Eazy-E and shit like that. Back in the '90s, and that was good. I love that stuff. I still listen to it to this day. And I've been listening. My favorite band of all time is still Black Sabbath. When Ozzy was in control, and that was the favorite album of all time, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, back in '69. The greatest fucking album to this day that's ever existed. Fuck you if you don't like it. And it's like these kids, nowadays, they don't know about music, in general. Yeah, you can go on a computer and be like, boop, 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 and I have a fucking track.
It just pisses me off that the first thing he said, you have to download the thing. I want to make a video to respond to this, like, why rap takes more talent. I'm gonna first start off me sitting on
No,
there.
why rap takes more talent? Tell them what programs you're downloading. The name of which audio files you are using.
This is the whole thing. I was like, I'm gonna make
Generic rap beat 1A.
Alright, this is how things are. I'm gonna sit on my chair, get my laptop out and everything. Got some like little buttons. I just go, and then I wait. Cause I gotta wait till my installments are done. I gotta download stuff.
Wait.
You're just like, God,
Just time lapse.
Spoke a bit.
Okay, now it's there. I'm like,
It
okay.
takes about 20 minutes to do. Go order a pizza, you know.
Alright. Got my pizza ready and everything. Alright. Boop. Boop. Okay, now later. Boop, 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 boop. Ow, fuck.
see how hard this is? Rock is saying no to you. Your own guitar is saying no to you.
And I'm like,
Your guitar's like,
man, this is so much work.
Why have you
You know, I'm just gonna go with something a little bit easier.
He picks up a guitar and starts like freaking going away, down on it.
Well, that's what he's like, Patrick, come here. It's like,
this takes a lot more
Yeah,
time
but
and
it's
effort than banging on stuff and singing.
well, it's like, you know, I've been playing guitar for a long
Man.
time and all that, and it's like,
That was too easy. I went back to the
you know,
rap.
pretty much everyone here, you know, played or has played a musical instrument at some point.
Yeah.
And like,
And it's not easy at first.
no,
No,
you know,
it's-
ask Tom. But
Okay,
anyway,
let's not go
What
there.
Tom do?
well, like he's trying to play guitar and all, and he's, you know, I told him to take Big O's class. Thing is, okay, if you're gonna play guitar, learn the basics because it's very, very nice to have down the road. Because not only that, it helps you keep rhythm. Because if you can't keep rhythm, you can't play guitar.
So,
That's very fucking simple.
You're pretty bad keeping rhythm.
I can play better than you.
Okay, when I show you stuff and everything, I show you a basic beat, and then you have a hard time, you skip a beat and everything.
I don't like it.
You have to count, Pat. That's part of music.
That's why I have a foot. One.
That's why you get a metric.
One.
That was my main problem with you.
Counting with, well, because, okay, I sit there and you play something, and it's like, I'm not going to be like instantly like, wait.
I was playing something easy at the time.
Yeah, but it's just, my attention span when there's a guitar in my hand is not like, okay, follow what Skylar said. It's like, dude, this sounds shit. Or
Yeah.
it's like,
Okay, let me play.
my interpretation of this, and it's like, you know, completely different. You know, so it's,
See, you're faster or slower.
I like faster, though.
I like faster. That's one thing I want to talk to you. Are we gonna be like a shredding kind of band, or just like those power chord kind of bands?
Both, you know, just make our own sound. Like,
I like to cover all fields.
see, that's great. I love melodic when playing guitar. You know, it's one of the greatest things.
Because
I can be the tambourine player.
That's all I can do. I don't play.
It's not true metal without
I go like,
a xylophone.
all right, let's
There you go.
See, I like playing fast. That's always been, you know, something.
Be the first metal band to use a xylophone.
Fuck it. I could do windmills playing the xylophone. I bet I could probably. I don't know. I guess there's a badass solo while doing a windmill.
You go like old Death Clock on it where they're like doing the windmill the entire time.
Did you know, okay, a lot of people don't know this and think it's like completely easy to do. Doing a windmill while keeping playing at the same time, not
I would imagine that would like throw you off because you're like throwing your
because not only you have to focus on your hair moving and your head and you're keeping that beat when you're still playing, not only that, if you have long hair, that hits your strings.
And don't forget the little roots to it and all that stuff. You have to keep your hair nice and everything. You got to shampoo it, condition,
Or you'll get your
eat
hair
right
caught in
foods
your
and everything to
headstock.
make sure your health,
If
your scalp is all healthy. Then you got to work on your fingertips, and it all comes together.
Imagine you doing that, like, okay, Pat's like, you know, with his long hair, and, like, he's doing, like, the freaking, and we used to head bobbing, and is there a flies forward, and, like, gets caught in the strings mid, like, freaking, playing, like, oh, God.
No, what you do is if it gets caught, you just pull backwards, and at that point, it's...
And you rip it out.
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine from the north side, he thought he could do that because he had long hair, too. One of my native friends, Alex. And he's doing that, and, you know, if you don't hold your breath the whole time, you'll get super dizzy and you'll fall over.
I would imagine.
He wasn't paying attention. He's like, yeah, he's like going like this, you know, in this big-ass power chord. And it sounded really great because he had nice Floyd Rose with the wham on.
Oh, nice.
And so he's like, you know, this fucking high-pitched squeal as he's just going. Well, he was holding his breath. You hold your breath while doing it, you know. You're going to get lightheaded, and he ended up just going like this, and fall. Fell back.
Yeah!
Is that part of the show?
Did you ever hear a guitar when it hits the ground while it's on?
I'd imagine it would be loud.
Horrible sound, because it's like, and it's just like, and part of you dies a little bit if you chip it.
Party dies a little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah. In 1982, PVT-27, you dented it 3 times.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, no, because when you hit it, it bounced. That's
Okay,
three.
cool.
Yeah. And it's not like, enamel or anything like that. That's actual finish. That's painted on. That's...
I dent to the wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except Pat's wood.
Yeah.
You done. It's just like, that's like my oldest guitar. My
Here's another thing
one.
that struck
Great
my mind.
guitar.
Why isn't there a rap hero? There's DJ Hero, but you're not singing in that. Why isn't there a rap hero?
Because
Because it's talentless and requires little effort.
No. It does require effort. You still have to be able to sing. You have to come up with lyrics. You have to.
No.
That.
This is why they don't have a rap hero, because it's just basically karaoke.
Yeah.
Well,
The one thing I gave to them and all that stuff, they didn't talk about this on the video, but the one thing I thought to myself, okay, there's probably one thing in rap that does take talent. They're singing.
That's about it.
Singing.
Well, they're speaking.
Speed. And
Speed,
fluently
speaking.
Well, no, because when they write the song, they basically just read the script in their own little flavor.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure the beat helps them come up with some of the words on their own, but they do have a script.
Oh, I got another
What
question.
they speak.
How many times
Like,
do
I
you
can
see
talk
it?
fast,
Or
but I mean, like, I slur my words when I talk faster.
Yeah, but then again, there's a lot of metal and
Alright.
rock that
How many-
talks a hell of a lot faster than rap.
Hold on, let him.
I just want to hear from everybody. How many of you actually heard or listened to live concerts about rap? When do you get to see them? How often do they?
How often do they have a kind of tour?
Like somebody famous come along?
No, like a tour where it's just them, not where they're with other people.
When does that happen?
Well, no. See, when you go on a tour, you bring other people. It's not like
No,
this is the only person.
no. Zebrahead does their own shit.
But they also have other people opening up for them.
I never hear about
Random
rap
bands,
concerts.
local bands. That's a good way to get started if you're a local band.
I never hear rap concerts.
Yeah, I do. I've been to them.
KFMA Day, there is no rap.
They had atmosphere.
That atmosphere, Hollywood Undead, they had what else?
Fuck Hollywood
And honestly,
Undead.
I think Hollywood Undead.
The older stuff.
there was one song.
Well, no, they were their own Hollywood, kind of fucking.
They messed up on that.
They remind me too much of
Undead?
ICP, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's because someone pulled a power cable.
Based on
No, they were all beat. They were all beat.
No, but in the middle of their song, towards the very end of the song, someone tripped over a power cable.
This is what happened. They were playing their best song, the one that they first came out with and everything with the music video, and they were off beat from it.
Dude, a live show is different than a recording.
Live shows.
You guys keep up with us
Go see Dragon Force live. And if they were to play through the Fire and
You're not
Flames,
gonna be able to listen
well, no, but
to them.
if you go and see, if they were to play Fire and Flames, or through the Fire and Flames, they won't play the full song, and they will not play at the same speed, because they recorded that in a session, and it was nice, and it worked out, because Herman Lee is, a very fast player, and after they recorded it, they played it. Yeah, you slow down a little. Well, you do slow down over time, but it's they will not play the same one over again because they can't play it anymore. It's something they hit their peak with that song.
So your thing is that when you're going for speed, going for something random and trying to get something, you'll probably go faster than actually trying to think about what it is you need to be playing. I mean, have you guys ever tried that? You're specifically trying to play a note from note to, and you can try to go really fast, but I mean, you're probably not going to be as fast as you were if you were just playing random like you do.
Yeah. Well, I play random. It's a good way to find sound.
Yeah, but you're probably faster at that than if you were actually trying to
Well, no, it depends. If I've practiced something, I've practiced certain riffs for a year or so, and I can play that one as fast as I want, I can play as slow as I want. But if I'm just sitting there thinking, especially with gallops and all that, and you're sitting there going and going and going, I can play really fast at that, and then not remember a single thing that I just played just because it was that was in my head at the moment, and that's what my fingers did.
Yeah, I don't play by anything anymore. I kind of do random as well.
That's what I've been doing since I started.
I play guitar.
I've been mixing the battle theme from Final Fantasy 13 with one of the songs from Sonic Generations. It's the one from the Sonic Unleashed game where there's a confetti raining everywhere.
Oh,
Starts with the piano.
How many buttons did it take?
What?
How many buttons did it take?
I wasn't using it on a fucking computer.
No, he plays a real guitar, which you need to get raw.
Oh, this is actually guitar and everything? Alright, cool. That's talent.
You know Rocksmith, right? That's a fucking awesome game. You play a real guitar.
What?
Rocksmith. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rocksmith.
I was trying to get him to get. He's going to be borrowing it for a bit, and so
I forgot
the moment he gets it, I'm going to go to his house and just go jam.
I'll bring my bass and everything.
We'll have fun time. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's going to be fun.
What was talking about?
Something about needing a new guitar.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was trying to say something.
Yeah, that Kingston is ooh.
I still like my V
He's
series.
older than I am.
Dude, that
I need a new
you have a
one.
mid-60s Kingston. Now, if it's in mint condition, I would say sell that because that'd be worth a lot of money.
But
It's
torn to
not.
shit.
It's in a very horrible condition. It's cut my fingers a few times because you're missing your side inlays.
Yeah.
And so, like, I went to, like, sweep down, and then it was like, stab, because, like, oh, you know, your metal bridges, you know,
Yeah.
for
I know what
your notes and for your frets. On the sides, it was very sharp. And so I went to pull my hand down towards the high pitch and, like, literally cut, like, every finger right here going down. So, not a fun guitar to play. Also,
It's torturous.
also the pickups are, you know, dead and it's fried and it's sat way too long and, huh?
I've been hitting it.
Well, yeah, no,
in a closet
well,
with,
it's a
like,
guitar to be
hitting
kept,
it.
you know. I would say put up on a wall, get the wall hangs for your studs. Kind of like how Flick had for like a long time, and then he got rid of a lot of his guitars and moved out.
Domo was supposed to be mine.
Domo
That's the whole-
is mine.
It was supposed to be mine.
Something I can see Skylar doing.
Hmm.
Getting a hat, tilting it sideways and everything, wearing a wife beater, getting a shitload of $1 bills, and throwing up a gang sign, and having it captioned saying "Thug Life" and sending it to those kids.
I still remember the fact that Black Alpha 19 sent me. He tried to subscribing to me on my YouTube page a while back, and I just replied with "fuck off, kid."
You should told him.
I still remember I posted on that video of him because he's like, "How to get a last man standing in metal and infection?" He's all like, "You got to do this, got to do this, you got to." You know, he's being a bitch about it, and the first thing I posted was, "Stop my train, I'll kick your ass." Dude, God.
Oh God, I got it.
You have to find your phone because I want that as a ringtone.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
It's gonna probably be gone forever.
No, I have it.
You have it?
Wait, where's your phone?
You should have it.
Still lost.
Like, were you home when you lost it?
Yeah.
So it's here.
Can we?
It should be.
Go ahead, hit it.
It's probably off.
No.
It's yeah.
You'd
it's really-
find pieces of it.
I can tell you this. I've literally searched everywhere.
You know, we're gonna find
Under
it.
your bed.
I know. I already.
Did you check on both sides of your bed?
What?
Under a mattress? Check in a pocket?
Like I said, I even went downstairs, rip open the bottom of the couch to find it.
You shouldn't say that on here.
Well, I already did last time.
Oh yeah.
We're going on adventures.
Who's gonna know me? Who's gonna? I don't gonna listen to this.
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
What are you looking at?
It's just I'm
I'm looking at photos of like one of my friends posted, and apparently it's Coca-Cola from 8 countries. I was looking at the one from Mexico, and it's like water flavored with fruit juice is a traditional thirst quencher in Mexico. Its Spanish name for these is agua fresca. Something like that. Anyways, it means fresh water. And my first thought is, apparently you have not been to Rocky Point, where everybody says do not drink the water.
don't drink the water at all in fucking Mexico.
That's my thing, is I was like, oh, fresh water. I'm like, what Mexico have you been to? Probably you have not been to the part where you're like, people are literally living out of shacks made of anything from pieces of boards to like old tires and crap.
Yeah, and all the floors are like dirt.
No, there is no floor. There is dirt.
Yeah. But no, I've been to Mexico and all that, and it's fun to go party when you don't go too far down.
No, like I said, Rocky Point. See, like my brother's wife, she has like this huge thing. Like she last time we went to Rocky Point, we stopped that fucker. And last time we went down there, like he couldn't come because, well, he didn't want to get, well, because he couldn't go because his wife didn't want him to go. He's a little wet like Adrian, but not as badly.
Yes.
And the thing was that he couldn't go, and because she was afraid of this whole thing, you know, the stories where it's like, you know, people getting kidnapped, killed and stuff in Mexico. And apparently her thought of this was, there's a line between the United States and Mexico. You know, like those cartoons where they just show that like that one line that's the border.
Yeah.
And her thought was, the second she steps over that line, someone's gonna come over, beat her up, rape her, and kill her.
Well, see, no, because there's some guards right there that'll shoot someone.
Yeah.
If you go 40 miles past the border, that's when shit starts getting scary.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Or you go to El Paso.
you're
go
thinking,
to El Paso.
I've been to El Paso.
yeah, but your thing is like, I mean, what are the chances? And also, like, you obviously when you're going there, you should know what you're doing.
That vampire movie?
Oh.
What's
What
that
vampire
movie?
movie? Till Dust and
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah.
Or
there's
this bar named Titty.
There is a lot of tits in that movie. I
Yeah,
remember I was,
vampire tits.
I remember when I was a kid, I wasn't supposed to look. They're like,
I remember,
we call it that, but we look at
that was the thing. Is like you tell your kid, "Oh, don't look," and you're just like, "I wonder what they don't want me to look at." Oh, look at that.
Oh no, there was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie a long time ago, and I was little, and I was like 5, 4. I was young, and my mom was like, "Oh, don't look." So like I'm like this, and she didn't realize that there is a mirror right here, and so I'm like, "I'm not looking, and then no, check it out. It was about God, how long ago was this? A few weeks ago. My nephew was we were watching a movie downstairs. My mom was trying to watch like 80s horror movies because but she forgot how bad most 80s horror movies are shower scenes and nudity. That's pretty much it. So we're watching this, and I was like, Jen was like, "Don't look, Sab." I was like, "Hey, Sab, tits." And I'm pointing at the TV, and I'm like, my 42-inch video, and he just looks over, and he's 6, and he's just looking, and Jen's like, "Sebastian, stop that!" And he's like, looks at her, looks back at the TV, she didn't even care, and I was just like, my hero.
Okay, alright. Has anybody seen their first Girls Gone Wild commercial while your parents
I did see that when my brother was in the same room, but so it was kind of awkward, but it was kind of like that thing where it's like, you're both just like, because we're similar, right? We're pretty close in age, and we're just like, we don't tell mom or dad about this at all. And he's like, it's just like that kind of silent agreement while you're both just sitting there watching the freaking thing.
Yeah, I was like watching a movie with them, and all of a sudden the commercials and everything, and one thing, that same thing.
One of the most awkward moments is when you're about like 10, 11, you're watching a movie with your parents or whatever, and you're kicking back, and you didn't, what's R-rated movie, and I'll take a scary movie or something, and then there's like nudity, and like, you don't want to like act like the kid, like, oh, I don't want to look, but you don't want to like have your parents like staring at you like, don't look. And it's just like, and eventually...
Exactly,
like,
you try to find a reason not to look, like, or you find a reason to, like, get up and, like, go do something right quick and make it back.
Ooh, shiny!
It's like, you either have to, like, fake, like, the AC/DC, so that's, like, the worst time possible.
Yeah, it's like, when I was a kid, I used to always play my Game Boy, like, constantly. And so, like, I'd be, like, playing my Game Boy, we'd watch a movie, and so, like, instantly I'd be, like, nudity. I'm like, I'm just going to play my Game Boy. I'm so innocent right now. I'm like,
the original Game Boy Color, you couldn't see shit unless you had the light attached.
Yeah,
or the Game Boy Advance, the huge ass
I
mirror.
still have that.
You have mine.
The sad thing is I actually remember, like, my first, hentai site and my first porn site, because my next door neighbor had apparently found it himself, and my thing was, I'm like a year older than him, I think, and, well, he was, like, showing, he's like, hey, look at this, and the first one was, like, a girl giving a guy a blowjob, and personally, I found it sick. I was about to throw up. I don't want to see, like, I don't want to see a chick, like,
I don't want to see it.
What was your thought?
Yeah, that was my thing.
What was your thought then when you saw it the first time?
My first thought, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I was, like, freaking 10 years old. I don't know why the hell he was watching it.
You were 10?
Something like that, and I had no idea what the heck. 6. Well, dude, I was a pretty sheltered kid. But I had like no idea what the hell they're doing and why the girl on the video is doing this. And my thing is, like, I'm just seeing this, and my only reaction is, I'm going to be sick because this is gross. Like you said, I want to see some guy's junk.
Yeah.
And then my first hentai site was pretty damn awkward because it was a DBZ hentai site.
Oh, good.
It was a DBZ.
Same here.
No, here. It was a
That was my first.
Okay, here. It was a DBZ/Sailor Moon hentai site.
That was mine!
It was probably the same
check this out.
site.
One of the funny things, me and Flick are bullshitting once, and so he's drawn a lot of things for people, and a lot of it tends to have.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Before you finish that, I want to see what I thought about when I first saw a porno with a blowjob in it. Okay, I was 6 and everything before you continue. I literally thought in my head my dad was watching it, and I was looking in the background, and I'm like, what's that? Go back to my bedroom and start thinking about it. I literally thought that video was about somebody getting their penis cleaned.
The water mist.
That's what I thought. I thought really he was just getting cleaned by some chick.
Mine was like, it had something to do with they were on a boat, and my whole thought was, I'm going to be sick, but my second thought was like,
This is sick. But yeah, I'm attracted.
I'm like, my thing was like, so this has to do
What's going on with me?
with like what happens when you get on a boat with someone, right?
Yeah.
it was like one of those like cruise liner things.
Oh
I'm like,
God.
so it's like, I'm like, so is this what happens? And I'm just
I remember.
it was
like
so
a
weird.
secret, someone's got a.
No.
I'm so confused.
No, check this out.
Basically, you start wondering, like, what the hell?
One of the things I was gonna say is
Go ahead.
Flick, you know, Bushman was he draws a lot of stuff. He's really good artist.
All right.
Well, one of the things he had to draw was a naked dude, and so what he did was he always drew DBZ kind of guys who were all buff and all, and he would leave the crotch just blank, and he'd have someone else fill it in for him. And the other thing I was talking about, yeah, I remember the first time, it was at Keeling one time. It was hilarious as shit. It was like 4th grade, a bunch of kids, you know, it was Cody, that little white kid. Then everything was trouble.
Hilarious.
He stole his cousin, something like that, porno mag, and was like ripping up pages and selling them. And he handed one of the kids next to me a page, and it was just awkward thing because it wasn't a girl going down with the guy. It was a guy. You know, you can clearly see because he had like a little mustache. Awkward as fuck. And he hands it to him. He's just like, "What the fuck is this?" He looked at it, he's like, "Pat, you want it?" I was like, no. It was like, so what we did is we took that porno mag and like we took, you know, bits and pieces, took like our badass safety scissors and cut like sections of it off and just plastered it the whole campus.
All right, what could
I
have
go
done?
pick up Pat from school. Hey Pat, what'd you do today?
What could have done was leave the crotch professional. What you should have done is just draw like 2 lines and blurred it, like real Japanese.
Yeah, real.
Like simple.
Oh God, but yeah, no, Flick had to do that. He did that for a few people, and what he says, he would draw those buff like Dragon Ball Z looking guys and all that, and just leave the crotch blank. And so he would have someone else fill it in because he just wasn't comfortable with drawing a man's penis. But on Skylar's back, he drew a woman beating off. Like literally.
Like so, what? Like
woman with a penis.
Like a he/she kind of.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know why this happened.
Okay.
Like a female. Well, okay. See, what happened was we're all drinking.
All right, let me explain. The reason why I didn't really fight as much about it is because I just got back from a concert and I had a lot to drink. So like, I was to the point where I was so tired and exhausted.
He was laying on
Laurel
the
couldn't
floor.
even take me down. She literally took me down and held me down so that he can draw it on me.
And it was funny because like that's when Flick was like we were all drawing all around. We were drawing on your legs and all that. I think I wrote like I don't remember. I think I tagged on you.
I literally took a nap while they were
And like
doing it.
Flick's like I got this. He like handed him the Sharpie and he's just like I got this. And he gets this like little smirk. And I was like, oh dude, a chick, and she's all nude and you know big breasts and all that. And then like I was like thinking, I was like, wait, what's her hand doing? Wait. And he drew this like giant like. Unreal penis.
By the way, I hate the fact that I go on like a random website and also like a hentai porn comes up and it's just a girl with a penis.
Yeah,
what is with that?
Some people get off.
Some people like females. It's awkward.
Like Ashton?
Probably.
No, he does.
That's probably his dream is the fact
that we're gonna talk about that.
Girl or something like that. No, but one thing I was thinking about it. Basically the origin of tentacle rape hentai had been apparently like way back in like feudal era kind of.
Yeah, that's
where it's coming from because like
where the first
it had the first picture drew that was like it was like an octopus attacking a woman.
Yeah.
And apparently that was considered pretty bad in their days.
Yeah, because the octopus was like, dude, I'm gonna grope this chick and slime fill a few orifices.
And it's like you think about it, it's like no matter what octopus, that probably was not what was on the
What was the
mind.
guy thinking when he made that?
Yeah, really. I want to go meet this guy.
One of the times it was like I was younger and I googled that search.
Octopus.
Once in a while you'll get a live picture. That is a very awkward. Like when it's drawn or something like that, you can understand it's like it's awkward, but you know it's not the worst thing you've ever seen. When you see the real thing, dude, it's fucking creepy.
Like, I know what you're talking about, but have you seen the freaking, where they'll try and do that, like, live action, though? I'm probably going to have to cut this, like, out of this.
Explain to us more.
Okay, so, like, I came across a video where it's, like, apparently it was a Left 4 Dead thing. No, never mind. No, it was. And it was awkward because it all had to do with, apparently, Zoe.
And the witch?
No, unfortunately it did not, but it had to do with Zoe getting raped by the tongue of a freaking smoker.
Fuck yeah.
And that was it. And stuff like the smoker himself didn't do anything. It was all his tongue, so it was basically genital rape. But it was live action.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, it was a live action thing. Have you seen
What do you guys look up when I'm not there?
Yeah, they keep showing up.
There was probably some of the weirdest
One
stuff.
thing that kept showing up was an alien warning.
Mine's not.
Instead.
Was it like live action?
Yeah, live action.
The thing is, though, like they try and like do that like live action, and it is the movements of it are really weird, and it's like more awkward than it is like
pleasant.
Yeah.
I still love a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the fan-made ones where they like. I remember one that was like really cool, like when Left 4 Dead 1 first came out, and someone did this really badass like hand drawing, and then like took it into any program and like edited it, made it all nice, and it's like the witch is like running, like she's about to like attack, right? Like she has her hands out, and like Zoe has her arms like this, like she's like hug me,
I think I've seen
and like,
that.
she's like smiling all big and says hug me, and like the witch is just like oh, and in the background all you see is like Lewis,
Oh no!
like this, and then you see like Francis like that.
There was one picture where it's like Zoe kissing a witch, and Francis is staring and is like, I don't hate this.
Yeah.
And stuff, and I'm just like,
wait a minute. Is Zoe making out with Bulma?
Okay. Episode 40, DBZ. No, seriously, go to episode 40 of DBZ. You'll see Bulma dressed exactly how the witch is. Like, they're like, because that's when
just like her.
So like the panties and like the.
That when they're in the spaceship and all
yes.
that?
And then when they go on that little ship with the kids and all that. But yeah, if you go to episode 40 of DBZ, you'll see that, and it's weird as fuck. So that's a lot of like I was on a forum, one of the Valve and Steam and all, and they're talking about it. And I asked the question, I made a topic, and I was like, okay, I posted a picture of Bulma standing there, and I posted a picture of the witch, and I was like, similarities, and then coincidence. Question mark. And a bunch of people were like, holy fuck. And so one guy was like, dude, I watched DBZ as a kid, and I've played Left 4 Dead like crazy. He's like, I never noticed that. He's like,
I never did until you pointed it out. When did you find out?
Oh, well, okay, I watched all the DBZ. I've watched them like 4 times over. And when I first started playing Left 4 Dead, yeah,
damn, dude, you have time.
Wait, so you just happened to realize that out of that one episode
I played, I've watched that like crazy, and then I just got done watching all the way up to the Cell games at that point, and then I started playing Left 4 Dead, and I looked at it, and I was like, is that Bulma? And I was like, dude, and then Sean was like, no, it's the witch, and I was like, he's like, Bulma from DBZ? And I was like, yeah, dude, watch episode 40. And I looked at it, and I was like, holy fuck, that's Bulma, dude. Just like, even with the hair and shit, if you look at it, it looks like a zombified Bulma that's like super pissed off and like grew nails.
So wait a minute. A witch that is very mean and aggressive, and then you got Bulma wearing underwear, and she's a bitch.
Yeah, 2 and 2, motherfucker. But yeah.
That's very big similarity.
But yeah, like I posted that topic and a lot of people were like, holy fuck, no way. And then a lot of people were like, oh no, it's just a coincidence, just coincidence. Yeah, it's probably just coincidence, but you never know, a lot of people that are game designers and all that shit, they are fans of animes and random shit like that. And so I've always wanted to, ask, Valve themselves, like, the people that did the Left 4 Dead and all that, it's like, coincidence, or is that just, like, you guys having fun? I'd love to get an answer for that.
Right, I mean, because you think about it, it's just like every witch is in her underwear except for the one that was in the wedding dress.
Yes.
And you wonder.
Wedding dress.
So like, it just happened that because Left 4 Dead 1, the only zombie girl really was the witch.
There's common infected.
Yeah, that's not being special effected. So I'm just like, so every special effected girl just happened to be in her underwear at the time of a zombie apocalypse.
That means she was having fun when she got infected. Like,
that means every single witch was having fun.
Hell yeah.
And every single she's a bitch. Was like working out. She doesn't even have a shirt on. Or
if I turn her on, I'll become a witch.
You're gonna become a witch?
I'll become a witch.
Dude,
wear my underwear.
The first thing on the TV. He's like, zombie apocalypse break out. He's like, what? I take off his pants. I'm ready.
Guys, wait. You have the table.
wait, no, why she's a witch, she didn't get to finish.
She was mad.
Yeah. That's
she was like at that climax, and when the guy bit her, infected her, and she's like, oh, fuck.
I was there just kicked
and then she was on his back during the climax, that's when her nails got extended.
And she probably ripped them apart. She's like,
you could be more witches per populous area. If there would.
Hard rain on Left 4 Dead 2. That is the most witches out of any campaign.
And why are they all in a cornfield?
Because they weren't loving that cornbread.
Were they like all the farmer's daughter?
I get to find a witch in the cornfield, but right before the cornfield, you find one right there, and I'll say, couple steps, one right there. Oh my
Well,
god.
see, no, that's why
One right there.
Crown the witch.
Oh, burn the rich in the first. Burn the
you
witch.
kind of every
No, I thought that me and Adrian, we have to show our love. And so every time we play Hard Rain, like, we'll sit there and be like, okay, we got this. We'll run up and just crown every witch possible. And I wish there was an achievement for crowning every witch in a level, like the whole level, and you know, like maybe 20 gamer scores. That's a lot of witches.
You know what? I hate the fact that you were showing me how to crown a witch in Left 4 Dead 2. Because I tried my best to do it. I finally did one, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I didn't get an achievement. Oh, not on Left 4 Dead 2.
I remember when...
I don't think I ever got it in Left 4 Dead 1.
One of the funniest things ever, that was really a dick move, is, it was like one of the first times she was playing Left 4 Dead 1 over at Sean's, and, the witch is at the safe room door. So I'm like, fuck it, jump over the bitch, I'm done, shut the door, I'm fine. I can shoot her from the door, from behind the door, and still get her aggravated and kill her, or still just run away. I'm in mid-jump over her. He shoots her with a fucking pistol. She stands up, instant blocks me out because she has that giant hitbox, hits me down, and like, and instantly I fall to the ground, because anytime you touch her, you fall.
Yeah.
If she's not after you, you'll just get knocked back. Well, if she's after you, she'll actually, literally, the motion of her standing will knock you down. Knocked me out, she killed me right there. Well, he was like, oh my god, and then she gets up and runs away, and he's like, and literally just walked into the safe room, like, literally, not run, like, he rolled right on her, and just went all into the safe room, I'm just like,
He didn't bar trying to help you.
No, I died.
He let me die.
He let me die.
I'm trying to get to know
Sky, you are the... When a zombie
No.
apocalypse happens, you're not my teammate.
Hey.
Getting Skylar that
My
teammate
defense
was a pain in
is
the
called
ass.
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, no. No, you get achievement for...
It's called Left 4 Dead, not
when you
Leave
get
4
the
Dead.
helicopter.
I know, Brian.
You know that Rooster comic?
A smoker dragging you to free cake.
No.
Them leaving Gus
He is
in the
fucking
water,
horrible.
getting on the boat. And like, like Gus goes in the water to help Jeff and everything, and he lifts him up and everything, like, okay, hey, guys, help me, and they're leaving. He's like, come on, dude, it's called Left 4 Dead for a reason.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I still love what they said about Bernie. Bernie, like, they're like, if you're ever playing Left 4 Dead, Bernie, the moment he gets pounced by, like, a hunter, your headset fucking screams. He's like, yeah, it's Left 4 Dead. It's zombie apocalypse. It matters if I survive.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't like playing with people that, like, just speed run it through. And they said one of the guys in Chimon,
Like you guys.
one of the guys in Chimon just sitting there with just speed runs, like me and Sean and Adrian.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't like people that do that. And so it's like, I was like, I would love to have a community play date. And if I ever got, like, partied up with them.
Race. Who can get to the
I'd
safe
just be
room
like,
first?
I was like, all right. It's like, all right. Hey, Bernie, I was like, I'm a big fan of you. You know, heard about your guys, from back 2004 and all that. You guys are awesome, but I'm going to leave you. And just, pew.
Just run it.
I'm going to leave you to die. Just Left 4 Dead.
Just accept it.
Basically.
I am re-entering the lobby.
This lobby's cool.
Sean has rejoined the lobby.
No, load failure. Everyone's gone.
Go 41.
Time out.
Load failure, everyone's gone.
More errors.
Load error, everyone's gone. I guess the show's kind of up to me now. So, how about that internet? You can find some crazy stuff on that internet.
We were just talking about that.
Scott Inc.
You missed a lot while you were gone. We were talking about our first porn sites. We talked about how weird a tentacle porn got. Then we started going on Left 4 Dead.
Listen.
You missed a lot.
I meant to say, fuck
Yeah,
off.
you're gonna read
I
a
missed the
fucking
topic on
podcast.
porn?
I'm going to type
geez.
I'm going to type
Considering I probably watch
everything
porn more than anyone in this
Okay,
room.
Sean, what was your first reaction when you saw a guy get a blowjob on a porn?
It's a good question. I've seen so much that I've forgotten it.
Really? You want to hear mine?
Not really. We already heard you.
Yeah, but Sean.
Because I mean, there was a point where I was looking at porn on like a near daily basis.
Alright, he'll listen to it later.
He
But
can
anyway,
hear about his flick. We don't need it.
See, Flick can be looking at porn while fucking someone, and it's totally fine.
I can do the same.
Well, no, see, Flick
What
was...
about it?
Flick can do whatever he wants.
We haven't even posted any of them yet.
Oh.
No, I still gotta get them all from Dad to post and stuff.
Yeah,
You need some?
so what's going on with the, we're not able to make a Facebook?
No, we have.
We haven't.
See, I've had the Facebook page for a long time. You have the section of
I made it,
don't publish
publicized it, all that stuff.
Well, see,
All we need is the banner and the logo.
see, I didn't do that because
I sent you the file of the banner.
Yeah, but it was screwed up on my computer. I gotta do it from.
I'll make one this week and I'll just
see, one thing that I did was I made the Facebook page a long time ago, back in like December or so, a long time ago, and I didn't publish it because all I had was a few things on it. I didn't want to publish something just.
We don't want to have another puncture MySpace.
But the MySpace one actually did pretty well. And the Facebook one, it was there. It's still there. Just kind of
there,
chilling. Every once in a while I make a post up there like we need to do something. Or like Skylar, pick up the fucking phone or something like that.
If you look, you might.
If Action was smart, he'd tell you I don't have a phone
He's actually
right
been
now.
on MySpace
Give me
for
the.
like past.
No, I went on about a month ago.
If you look, you might find it on
The other thing.
freaking... What was it?
That thing.
I guess it's not on there anymore, but
I remember.
I had created a test page, and like for whatever reason, like it came like I put like no team test page and stuff. Just I didn't publish it, but apparently I could still find it throughout my search because I was seeing what we could do.
Well,
like,
because you're the admin of that page, you created it. You can still see, like, I can see all my pages I've created for all. I even made a fucking sub page. There was a music page through Reverb Nation, which is very good for publishing your own music and all that. And I made that because Facebook doesn't like you to upload audio unless you're a band or musician. So I had to make another page and link it to the first page. And with Reverb Nation, thing is, they don't like anything over an hour. And then because you got to be a sponsor or something like that and pay extra for your service, because Reverb Nation is free unless you want to pay for more. And to do anything over an hour, you had to pay for it. And I was like, well, fuck that. Our podcasts usually go for like 75 minutes. You know?
That was my thing. Okay, like I wanted the video I made and stuff, 14 gigs over an hour.
Yeah.
I had wanted to put it all in one go, like so,
You might have to do parts of it, dude.
No, I can't put it all in one go.
Well, I know you can, but just do pain in the ass.
So
the thing is, no, I want to do it all in one go. I don't want to do fucking parts like Laurel suggested.
Yeah.
Fuck off, David.
The thing is, I don't like those things where it's like, you have to do like part 1, part 2 and stuff, because it's just like...
Well, then you also have to actually segment out the thing and put the actual video into segments. And that's a pain in the ass.
Oh, no, I'm willing to do that because
I'm saying. But,
I hate freaking...
But I've actually been working on a website, an actual website, and I'll probably do it through 000 hosting and all that. And just, I had a problem with them before when I had my fucking, my random site that I made and all that through Paramps, hosted on their site. And then they moved me from server 42 to 52. And when they did that, they corrupted all my stuff and deleted it. So I lost my whole website. And I had everything to back it up, but at that point I was really pissed. If I do end up like completely finishing this, I'm going to just actually buy a web host. I'll go through GoDaddy because I like the prices.
Well, go for like something that's like official.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. But now that I have the job and I actually pay the fucking $9.99 a fucking month, and since shit and he knows shit, so that's good. So I can make you guys co-owners of the site, and you can keep monitoring it, keep check on it, and everything goes fine.
Well, I haven't taken like HTML or any other.
Well, me and Sean, that.
No, I'm sure you got. I only like the creation.
I'll
gladly monitor.
I would love to be taught.
You guys you guys are. I'll leave you in charge of
like Laurel over there. She knows a grip of it as well, like PHP and all that.
Oh yeah, no.
Fun stuff.
Well, one way to make a page and stuff is go through Dreamweaver.
I have a lot of tutorials. I have, because of Shane, Awesome Ninja, I have tutorials on Maya, and PHP, and a bunch of other stuff. Somewhere on my computer. Guess what I can't access anymore?
All that stuff. Where is your computer? Is it still like...
It's still at my house. All I have to do is... It's like to a point where like that virus fucked up my computer so bad, all I can get to is the internet through my antivirus.
That's bad.
The time your brother gave you that pig virus?
I think you need to reformat. You're gonna have to reformat.
I have to completely wipe.
You have to install new OS at that point.
Yeah.
Which you should probably do. What's your
like I said, you need to reformat.
Out of a random, the other day when I was using this, I got a blue screen that said it was dumping physical memory, and I don't know why.
I've never had that problem.
I don't know.
I just turned it off before the timer counted down to 0. It's been fine ever since, but...
Well, that's fine then, but I
don't know why it popped up, that's why.
Well, I blame the fact that you have my copy of,
and it's
7.
the whole...
Growler.
This might be a...
Well, we tried to downgrade it to Windows,
But you need the like, little fucking code and all that shit.
He had one, so like an official disk with the code and stuff for, Windows XP, but at the same time...
you can't downgrade it unless you get like a new hard drive, and I don't want to go through that shit.
So my thing was just, we're just going to keep it, we're just going to leave it the way it is.
It works.
I mean, if we happen across like a new version of like an official version of Windows 7 for whatever reason, then I guess that's fine.
Well, I'll eventually, pick one up for us. And
but the thing is, like, they charge you so damn much for it.
It's like $120, I think, for another fucking copy. In which, if you buy Windows 7, you're like, oh, Windows 8 is out. Fuck Windows 8. Except for it looks pretty
Me and Sean were looking at the thing, and so it's supposed to look like the Xbox freaking... I don't like that.
A lot of it's gone too modern. I love shit that's like quick and to the point, but still looks nice.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Windows 7. I remember a lot of people gave me shit, like when Windows 7 first came out, and like, oh, Windows 7 is shit, blah, blah, blah. I loved XP. And it's like, well, XP was great and all, but I like Windows 7's performance.
Yeah,
it's
I liked it. Yeah,
and that's why I still use it. And I'm not upgrading to 8 because I just don't want to.
No, I don't. I officially have, like, officially have on my new computer Windows 7, and I'm planning on keeping it that way because one, I don't plan on getting, I don't like 8 layout. Two, I'm not going to pay like over $200 for
another
8. They're gonna, what are they gonna do? Like, they're gonna come out with freaking
Windows 9. They actually have advertisements for Windows 9 on the fucking Dell website where it's like upgrade. And it's like, because I was looking up Windows 8 and all that, and because I was trying to get them a free version of it, and then it was like upgraded Windows 9. It's like that's not even out yet.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are they just throwing ISOs out there? I mean, Mac only comes out with a few.
I would love to have a Mac. I would fucking kill to have them because I love how they work. They're very smooth.
No,
I love how they update.
Stuff, like the one at the college, they're great. And stuff. I can get so much done on them. They're very quick and they're very good.
Expensive.
Expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Macs are really good for artistic.
Especially if you want a good one. They're not really like customizable kind of stuff as much as a PC would be, but so like you have to. They're very expensive, especially if you want like a really good one.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be. You should know my shit. You're gonna be willing to spend money, but they're very good.
Yeah.
Shut up, isn't my shit.
I've always wanted Alienware. Alienware, even when they first came out, I was like, dude, this is fucking sweet. One, there's like this badass alien logo just like looking at you. Not only that, they look great and they perform really well. One of the cool things is, you remember Ultimate Electronics when we did that bullshit fucking Black Friday sale and all that? And I remember in there, they had this really fucking nice wraparound Alienware monitor.
Oh, God.
And it's like, it literally wraps, and it's fucking sweet. And I sat in there for like an hour playing with this monitor. And then they also had the, the multi-monitor hookups where you can work on this one, work on this one, work on this one. I would love to have a setup eventually where it's just like, this monitor, this monitor, this monitor, and they all like connect how you can have your monitors connect. And like, boop-a-doop-a-doop on this one, have my programs running here, in here, and here.
My uncle, through Mike, so he's like my step-uncle, I guess.
Yeah.
And stuff. Before he died, like I went to his house in Vegas, and he was a game creator and stuff. Like he made like casino games.
Sweet.
And he had the coolest setup like I'd ever seen. It wasn't expensive or anything, but he had like freaking a lot like Sean's dad's setup and stuff. Except he had two big like monitors like right here that were connected and stuff, so he could just move like one over the other and stuff, like basically move it. And he had like two towers and stuff that he could basically switch between.
Oh,
and it was, he had like,
my dad's.
Yeah, and for like simply like doing his job and stuff and having fun, he had a great setup. He was the one that he played WoW way back when. That's where I got it from. Because my thing was like, he was playing like on a big screen and like, he had like all his room and everything, and it was great. It was running so smoothly, and like he had like every game system and stuff. He instantly, the second I met him, became my favorite uncle.
Yeah,
we weren't even officially related besides through my stepdad. Yeah, and he was my favorite family member.
Alright, we should call it at that. We're running at 77 on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, this one went pretty far.
Yeah. So this one went really good compared to the last two.
Got to talk about news, porn, games.
Love interest between
internet. I had another story that would have gone like for about 15 minutes or so.
What's the story?
One thing I want to say real fast.
They want to end it up all this.
One thing I want to say real fast is me and David need to invest into Josh's laptop 360.
Oh, definitely. His laptop.
Actually, we should talk about that for a little bit.
How much is that?
Okay, the official date for this is
system and all that. If you didn't have a system already, you'd have to buy a system to monitor on. Those are like the two main things.
Like what kind of system?
Any system.
360 or like you can do whatever.
Yeah, and I remember when me and him first talked about that. We were outside smoking, and he was first telling me about like his idea. I was like, this is a great idea. It's badass. And then he showed me the first picture he had when he was at the bar and he was playing it, and I was like, dude, this is really kick-ass. Now he brought it over to Sean's house earlier, and I was just like, I will give you money. Give me one.
Yeah, because last time I saw it, he didn't have that metal frame on the bottom, so like all the circuits and everything was kind of hanging out there. Plus, he has reorganized the inside quite a bit, but still with the flat monitor,
like you said,
speakers. All you really need to do is just plug it into a wall. It's really nice.
If he was willing to, he could easily make like if as long as you have like a working Xbox, he could easily make you one for under $100, and so that's for buying the monitor.
Yeah, and the cables, and I just want to pay him for his, his
well, yeah, you want to also give him for like his time and his labor and stuff.
But it's just like
the thing is like that something like that's like basically a portable Xbox and stuff. You need to plug it in, but the thing is that like. It got on screen to go play like I forget Starbucks.
Yeah,
something like that would be well worth it.
See, one thing I like about it is you can take it anywhere. Exactly. As long as you have a plug-in, you're fine.
So he needs to show it to like Microsoft. Be like, dude.
Well, he modded a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and Microsoft would be like, we're gonna sue you.
Yeah.
Basically,
but he's not claiming it as his own.
Which is why
he's
he's
selling them.
This is why he's coming up.
Well, no, because they have a lawsuit.
Signed anything.
They had a lawsuit very similar to that in France with the Nintendo Wii, where it was ruled on basically that as soon as the person purchases the product, it is with theirs to do with as they please.
Yeah, because you don't sign anything.
I mean, there is that warranty there. That's a fact. But as long as you're not voiding that warranty, you're able to do with it as you please. And when that warranty runs out, if you want to sit there and case mod the hell out of it or do whatever, and that's essentially what it did was just this gigantic case mod.
Yeah.
Then by all means, you can do it because you're not using it for piracy and you're not infringing any type of copyright. You're not claiming it as your own device.
Nintendo, Microsoft's an asshole.
Well, no, that's how they ruled it in court, with the fact that hey, it is the buyer's tangible property. They can do with it as they please. Because there are people that'll sit there on launch day, buy a game system, and smash it with a sledgehammer in front of people.
Or they'll take the videos.
Downloadable product stuff.
But still, I mean, that's exactly how they ruled it in France, and then they tried doing the same thing here in the U.S., and it was ruled the same way.
Yeah, but the
moment that it is theirs, as their tangible property,
what the fuck you want.
they could do with it within the lines of the contract of the warranty. But when that warranty is void or no longer in effect, then by all means, they could case mod the hell out of it as long as they are not claiming it as their own and they are not using it for piracy. If they're still recognizing it as Microsoft's product and as an Xbox 360, then it's completely legit.
But that's why, like, freaking Josh wanted to
can't sell it as
but he wanted to make it as an accessory, not the 360 itself.
It's completely legit to do it as an accessory. Because
it's not about the 360 itself. The thing is that you can take your 360 or whatever console and plug it into that. It's not about the system itself. It's about it being an attachment to that system.
Yeah.
Well, eventually he'll have that final product where he can...
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, that final product.
Yeah, I don't care about the final product. I want what it is now.
Well, if you want what it is now, you can't. Like, you can do what, like you said, you can do what you want with it. Yeah. But the thing is, you have to basically have your own 360. You can't go and sell the idea.
Well, see, and with the other system, the Blue Ring one, I don't want to do it with that one because I would like to have, just an extra system to use, and it makes things a lot easier. I would rather just go buy, a Red Ring system off eBay for like $30 or so, whatever.
Take it to Josh, have him fix it.
Have him fix it, and then just
be like, oh, what's wrong with it, where you can fix it cheaper.
Better yet, if you ever come into some time off, get one of those Red Ring systems, take it to Josh, have him teach you.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot about networking and shit like that, and so, would it be like, oh, I don't
know
what
it's not so much networking. It's soldering, learning what goes where, what does what.
Well, that's what a lot of networking is knowing what connects to what.
But he already knows everything, so he can probably tell you what should be connected to where and how you should do it without ruining your system.
Yeah. Well, see,
I did?
Yeah.
See, what I want to do is I want to get one of those, random fucking eBay ones, take that to Josh, have everything working, I know, and just have a nice laptop 360 I can take around and just have fun.
Basically, so. Alright. Well, we're running on like 80 minutes here.
82 and a half.
Our last one, when it comes out, bioed it.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Alright.
So definitely blows portable gaming out of the water.
Yeah, really.
Fucking iPhones.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for my 3DS.
Alright, well, before we go off on our tangent, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Later. Next week.